So to start off, we're going to be making a quick Yoru guide for Icebox here. I have about an 80% win rate on Icebox because I have a very specific style I like to play on this map. So to start off, for defense, typically I always play B. I'll come here, set TP here, about 10 seconds left in round. And then I'm going to run usually either back yellow here, or I'm going to be playing in this corner. Now, obviously, I like to play for the pop flash up here. Everyone likes this play. It's usually good for a pick if they're pushing. You have to play off their play style. If they're using a lot of util, I'll stop it up and play back here. Go for picks like this. But this TP lands right here. So if the other team is pushing A, it is a quick rotate. Like at this point, you're basically on A site because just one jump and you're on site here. This is where I always play when they push. Typically, you know, if you're playing Icebox with the Viper, a lot of people like to, they're all going to be going across this. So a lot of times when they're pushing up and they're going to be executing this site, they're going to be coming onto here, playing back, clearing like this, and they're going to be pushing around. So I'll play into here and I'll play off these flashes here, throwing them up like this, creating one way for you. This lets you fight everyone out here. So very good when they're just pushing out of here, flash up, 3 kills on the side here. Now if you want to play A site, a lot of times at the beginning of the round, just before I'll send TP right through here, just kind of look when there's a gap there, and it'll go back snowman. And then, obviously depending on what guns I have in the eco, I'll either try to go for a pick on boxes, or up at the start here, jump on, and then you can play off flashes, you know, like the one.
Portal closed.
And you can get high flashes over here, because realistically, anyone over here, they're not going to be expecting a flash from way up here and then on a Pika pipes. Another way you can do is you can, you know, play really aggressive, run up here, do this flash. Another one way for you. Then again, it depends on how the other team is playing and what agents they have. Something else that's pretty effective that I'll do is I'll drop a clone here, go up, activate your clone, go on the zips, and get over here, or start the round. Since they see your clone, or at least hear it coming down, they're not going to be looking up here. They're going to be focused down here, trying to find where you are and where you put that clone. Usually it lands a free pick. And again, nice thing about Yoru is if, you know, someone runs over here, immediately tries to jump up in these boxes, free kill, TP out, and then you can play back off of that. So something you can do is if their team is playing really fast and they're not having people lurk and spawn, you can just come over here, drop down, obviously clear this before you put your TP, and then just throw it somewhere against this wall. It doesn't have to be perfect. All you want is for that TP to go along against this wall and to land in this corner over here. Because here, right, again, if you look at your sound circle, when you TP,
I'll return. Back soon.
So it's not going to catch anyone really close. So if they're pushing really fast, anyone over here and anyone close on belt is not going to be hit by it. And then anyone holding here, you're TPing right onto them. So, you know, it doesn't take you long just to shoot them in the feet. All right, and that's pretty much it for defense. Very good gist of everything. So if you're going to execute A site, I almost never use my TP to take site because realistically there's so many different angles. It's not a good viable option. For attack, this is the way I like to play it. If your team wants to do an A execute, so the options I like to go with is either set your TP A main, push up garage here, either hold for a lurk, wait and scale up B site. Usually you can, you know, get a free site that way or get a pick, and then you can TP back if you need to. The other things I like to do is set a TP and spawn, and then push site with your team. Now Now, once you push up here, use your clone, show presence on site, let them see you, let them know you're here, maybe use a flash or two, and then you can TP back. You're here, you have a safe TP and spawn, you can check your flank, and then you can push up mid. If you have another, send your TP back for belt, so you can get out. And a lot of times you could just do a free run up here like this. Free kills. And even if you don't want to full push this, you can walk up, get a pick or two, TP back, and now you're here on belt and you can fight with your team for a plus line. Because they're not going to hear you TP away. So if you're fighting, if you go up through kitchen here, get a pick, now half their team's going to be focused on you. And they're not sure if you're where you're at. So that just stalls for more time. Now another one you can do is send your TP against this wall here.
Cutting through.
And then you can push site. So the same thing. This one, you're going to want to wait quite a while. This one, usually you'll want to come kind of play on site, fight with your team, wait kind of later into the round, and then TP here. Typically, I just full sprint through here and swing out here. Usually it's a free kill. Now, they may or may not actually hear you if they're paying attention in screens. But anyone here in screens, if they hear you, they're going to be looking, towards mid, because that's where your TP is outside kitchen. They're not going to be looking over here, usually. And even if they are, right, they can't hold this unless they come all the way over here to swing out. So, usually you can get a free pick here. And then, again, you can just walk back and then play with your team. Now, if you're going to go B site, a similar thing, say your TP either up here, in the spawn, or in mid. Typically, I like to do spawn just so I know they won't be able to hear it. Push site with your team. Again, just let them know you're here. Use your util. Take site, get plant down. TP back. And then push mid on your tube for those free kills, not paying attention. The other way you can do it is, send your TP to site so it pushes with your team and immediately walk in mid so that if they rotate from A, you can get free picks when they come through mid. Whether you want to, take that free fight when they walk up right away or push in after. And then you have your TP to go with you to site on yellow. And you're here fighting with your team. So I think that's one of the biggest advantages with Yoru, and especially Icebox, the map itself, is because Yoru's TP lets him move around the map so quickly, he can play in different spots all the time, creating pressure for the enemy team not knowing where you are is very important in stalling the round, creating confusion, especially in, ranked elo. People do not communicate very well, which makes it that much easier for you. Because again, if you're over here and then 2 seconds later you're in mid, can be very confusing. They're not expecting you. If they see all 5 here, they're not going to be focused on mid because they saw you all there. You TP out, they can't hear you TP away. So if your TP's out of range and they don't hear that, that's a free run of mid, free kills. So anyway, hey guys, thank you for watching. I hope this guide was helpful for you. I know there's many different ways you can play Yoru. This is just the way I have found much success with playing him, especially on Icebox. If you want me to make more videos in the future, just let me know. I would love to make a guide for each of the maps in the current competitive pool. Hopefully they will be much more concise in the future. Like I said, I was sick while recording this and unfortunately did not put as much effort as I wanted to into it. But again, thank you guys for watching. It means a lot.